Was known, as we mentioned, as a titan of the Senate, but his life was much more fuller in public service.
He was a man of faith and a man devoted to his family and proud of his heritage. Every day in his Washington, D.C. office, Senator Orrin Hatch would look at a painting of his grandfather and great-grandfather.
Well, it reminds me that I have a heritage that's it's a pioneer heritage that I can't let down. I've got to keep the pioneer work going, and I think I have been a pioneer here. So you're up pretty early, aren't you?
From the moment he arrived at 7:30 at the U.S. Capitol each morning, Senator Orrin Hatch almost never stopped moving. When you are third in line for the presidency, many people want your attention.
It's an honor for me. I mean, I don't get caught up in all the pomp and circumstance back here. I came here to represent Utah, represent my family, my church, my country, and my state.
First elected in 1976, he became the longest-serving Republican senator in U.S. history. Born in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania in 1934, he was the first in his family to attend college. Descended from Latter-day Saint pioneers, he was graduated from BYU in 1959 and received his law degree in 1962 from the University of Pittsburgh. While a law student, he worked as a janitor.
In fact, Ted Kennedy, when he found out that I'd once worked as a janitor, he said, "Orrin," he said, "I think you should have stuck with it." And I laughed. And I won't tell you what I told him he should have stuck with.
Despite their differences, Hatch and Kennedy were longtime friends and worked together on legislation.
You know, I've just worked my butt off, and the people have been kind enough to keep sending me back.
He helped pass more than 700 bills. In fact, no member of Congress has seen more sponsored bills become law. One of the most important to him was early on in his career, labor law reform.
Nobody else wanted to do it because they knew we were going to lose, and we were going to lose on the 6th historic cloture vote. It was miraculous how we won. I mean, we had extra help on that.
Seniority, he believed, was very important.
Being a committee chairman helps, and I've been a committee chairman 3 different times of 3 major committees, so it's helpful. There's no question about that.
His colleagues said the senator's 40-plus years helped him do things others simply could not.
Senator Hatch is a Westerner. You know, some of us other Westerners that work all the time trying to get Western issues in front, it's his seniority that makes a big difference.
He is somebody who is really the mature, experienced, respected voice throughout the entire Senate. It's very important. The role he plays is critically important.
Washington exudes power, but Senator Hatch said he tried to remember what and who were most important to him.
If you're really good, you've got to acknowledge that you're good because of others. You've got to acknowledge that you're good because of a higher power. And I want to always be humble enough that I can have that extra help.
Orrin Hatch married Elaine Hansen in 1957, and they are the parents of 6 children.
My dad has a contagious laugh. Like when he laughs, everybody laughs.
They have 23 grandchildren and 19 great-grandchildren, descendants who are proud of their patriarch.
I think Jake Garn said once he's the hardest working guy back there, and I think that's probably true.
Orrin Hatch loved music. He played the piano, organ, and violin. He wrote songs used in everything from presidential inaugurations to films. Back home in Utah, he loved spending time with his family, but they say he was always thinking about his constituents.
I think he feels like this is what he's supposed to do, that he's needed there, and that he's doing what he's called to do.
I really feel indebted to the people of Utah for sticking with me and for caring for me enough to be their senator. I don't want to ever let them down, and I won't.
Senator Orrin Hatch had the ear of presidents and Utah citizens, but those closest to him say he was a man devoted to his faith and his family, a man who loved the Lord and this country. Advice he gave to graduates when he received BYU Management Society's Distinguished Utah Award in 2017.
Above all, believe in this country. This is the greatest country in the world. No other country comes close. I've been all over the world, and I've met with the leaders all over the world. And yes, some countries come close, but not. There's no way that they're ever going to be as good as the United States of America.
Orrin Hatch believed in serving his country all his days. Carol Makita, KSL 5 News.
And we'll bring you details about Senator Hatch's funeral as soon as we have them.
Wow.